Hello and welcome back, everyone. In the last episode, we took down Regicide in order to fulfill a few different goals. The main one being recharging this Ivan staff in a faster manner. Now, in this episode, oh boy, this episode. To say that it's going to be all over the place is a little bit of an understatement. We've got quests, we've got skilling, we've got trees, we've got birdhouses. You may be asking, why am I skilling this much? Why do I want more quest points? Well, this is all in preparation for a little quest called Recipe for Disaster. That's right, we're going to be paying the Lumbridge chef another visit to see what the hell that guy needs. So with all of that being said, we've got a whole lot to get through. So here are all of the requirements for Recipe for Disaster. In this episode, we are going to take down all of the level requirements and also make a dent in some of these quest point requirements. The first skills that I want to get done are smithing and mining. The main reason is that those skills are closest to the required level, so I can crank those out really quickly. I check what I can craft and with what metals I can craft them with. I head over to Fossil Island, get a whole bunch of coal to create some steel materials. This process isn't the fastest I know, but it helps me kill two birds with one stone. After getting enough coal, I head straight to the Alcarid mine and spin myself right round to collect as much iron as it takes to get 50 mining right here and now. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a regular baby, right round. I think it's so interesting all the faster methods of skilling in this game. In my brain, I should just go to the highest level node available for me, mine that, and get my levels that way. But that's not how this game works at all. It's all about how many EXP drops you can get in as few ticks as possible as I'm learning. So here I am, just ticking away at these nodes. With the mining taken care of, it was now time to take care of smithing. I look up real fast and find some quests that offer smithing XP, and I do those because they're pretty quick. The ones that I can do are the Elemental Workshop quests. Once I get those done, that'll put me within one level of the requirement. So here we go. Let's get these quests done. What can I say about Elemental Workshop? It's definitely a quest in Runescape. It's short. God, I just hit my mic. It's short, which is cool. It gives pretty decent XP. I get to beat the shit out of this guy with his natural enemy being a pickaxe. But honestly, it does let me make these sick-ass shields. And ever since I saw those way back in the day, I've always wanted one, and I had no idea how to get them because I was too lazy to look it up. But I remember thinking these things were so cool as a kid. And now I have one, which is sick. And now for Elemental Workshop 2. This is also another quest in old school RuneScape. I use a sword to hit rocks, which doesn't seem like a great idea, but it's made out of dragon material, so it can take some hits, right? I grab this stuff, I make this stuff, I find this stuff, I fix the machine, I create some mind bar or something, I sit in this electric chair and get zapped, and there we go, that's quest completed. Now that those are done, I make my way over to the anvil in Varrock to get the glorious 40 smithing. There we go, 2 down and a bunch more to go. Now it's time to create a whole bunch of fires in the middle of town. Smokey the Bear can fuck right off because I need this fire making level. And bam, there it is. Not too bad, that only took me a few hundred logs, I think. And then I make a quick pit stop to finally sell my Torag pieces, which I have been holding on to for a little bit too long, for around 170k. And now it's back to skilling. Now, this isn't exactly on the requirements, but hear me out, okay? I need to get 70 cooking. As of right now, I am 56. That's a lot of levels, and I don't want to buy my way all the way to 70. So I'm going to be fishing until level 65. That way I can catch karambwans and then cook them. This serves a few purposes. 1, it gets me fishing levels, which is cool. 2, it will get me cooking levels, which I need for this quest. And 3, it helps me replenish my food supply because karambwans are a pretty decent food for me right now. So I'm just chilling at the barbarian village until I hit level 58 fishing. And then once I hit that, I can go up here past the barbarian outpost and learn the ways of barbarian fishing. Now, I could have just stayed and caught normal salmon and normal trout, but I wanted to see what this is all about up here. After learning the ways of the barbarian, I had to go see what barehanded fishing looks like. And oh my god, that thing is on my arm. Holy shit, that animation is sick as hell. But after seeing the XP per hour of this method, I quickly went back to the mountain and fished there for a long time. I don't exactly know how long because I don't time myself, but I did have 5,000 feathers to start with, and now I have way less than that, something like 700. So after many hours, it was finally time to stop fishing and then to start... to start fishing. Right, I'm still fishing. But this time, I go catch karambwans. I catch them until my bait is gone. Around 1,300 of these bad boys are now in my bank, and it was finally time to cook. Running back and forth from this range in Catherby, I cook and cook and cook these things until they are all gone. This got me to about 63 cooking. That's closer, but not quite good enough. So I then decide that I try something that I saw in a YouTube video from Rog. And he was talking about a video with huge XP drops in cooking with making wine. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I bought 2,000 jugs of water and 2,000 grapes. Hey guys, look, I made over 1 million GP and it's gone. But it'll be worth it, don't worry. This little area right here is what I call my test batch. I just wanted to see how it felt, how the process will work. All right, I got it. I think we're good. And then I stood here like a real RuneScape player, just skilling at the Grand Exchange. Not letting this wine counter drop was probably the sweatiest I've ever been in the game so far. I had my eyes glued to the screen to make sure that the counter did not drop to 0 and ruin my fat XP drop. And after about an hour of that, I mixed the last of my grapes and water, and then I waited for it. Oh, hell yeah, that's so sick. That was so fucking worth it. 70 cooking has been achieved, and that is all of these skills taken care of. Now, this section of the video is what I'm going to call damage control. These skills that I'm working on are more for making money or just for future endeavors rather than focusing on the RFD requirements. So here's me doing a birdhouse run. I have to say, I fucking love birdhouse runs. They're so satisfying because of how much you get from them and how fast they are. Like 4 birdhouses, you get, some bird nests, which are worth about 5k each. It's just free passive income and XP. They're fucking great. I love them. Next, I'm also doing tree runs to passively get my farming up just in case I need that for the future, which I do think I will need it for something that has come up fairly recently in my tree run endeavors. This is a great way, again, to just get passive EXP. So here's my route. It definitely won't be the most efficient, but it works for me, so that's all I really care about. And last, but certainly not least, I've started to do more Slayer to earn a little bit of money. These fucking birds, though? Holy shit, they beat my ass. Can you guess that I didn't know what these birds did? I didn't know that you needed a goddamn fucking mirror shield? Yeah, I didn't bring that the first time. And I almost fully died because these birds stared at me and ruined my stats. They ruined my self-confidence. But one trip to the Slayer Master later, and I was fully prepared to fuck these birds up. I then got a Hellhound task, which sucked, honestly, but I did it. And then finally, I got a decent money task, at least for me, which was Blue Dragons. I decided it was finally time to invest in a rune crossbow and kill these dragons with that. This weapon is so fucking cool to me. For me, this is one of the most iconic weapons in RuneScape. Possibly because of Settled and Swampletics. But if I'm being honest, I still think it's really, really cool to have it. And it's, for me, a very iconic weapon. Also, fuck these little baby dragons. They got on my way. Even though they count for Slayer XP and Slayer credit, I didn't want to kill them. But they just kept walking up to me, ruining my fucking aggro. But, you know, whatever. Killed them, got them out of the way. And I eventually complete the task. And I sell all of what I collected, earning me around 530,000. Once again, bringing my cash to over 1 mil. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice. And I think that is where we're going to end this video. This is by far the most skilling I've done in RuneScape, and it got me exactly where I needed to be. In the next episode, we'll be taking on the quests for Recipe for Disaster in order to complete that main quest in one go, rather than having to jump back and forth between them. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.